Hi guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian. I'm here today at the Rock Island Auction Company, taking a look at some of the guns that they're going to be selling in their upcoming June of 2016 regional auction. And I wanted to take a look at this lever action rifle. It looks like a Winchester 92. It's actually a very nice quality gun, and it should look like a Winchester because it's a direct copy of a Winchester. This was manufactured in Spain by the firm of Garate Anitua y Cia, and really, I think these don't really get the respect that they deserve. So I figured we should take a closer look at this one. Now, there's an interesting feature of Spanish patent law that at the time, and we're talking 1800s into the early 1900s, a patent was only protected, for example, if you were a British company or a British inventor, you could patent something in Spain, but your patent was only valid if you were actually producing that item in Spain. If you patented it, but you didn't actually set up production in Spain, anyone else in Spain was legally free to infringe on your patent and start making that thing themselves. And this is why there was a lot of gun copying knockoff manufacture in Spain, because the trademark law or patent law allowed it. Now, lever action rifles were no exception, although most of the time this occurred with respect to pistols. The Oviedo factory was making 1873 Winchester copies, and there were other companies that were also making guns like this. However, this is one of the most common and largest production ones. In fact, ironically, Garate Anitua y Cia actually patented the Winchester mechanism in this rifle because they discovered that Winchester hadn't bothered to patent it in Spain. Why would they? Their patent wouldn't have any legal force in Spain anyway, unless they were actually producing there. So these guys went ahead and patented it. And they got a 5-year patent on it, which was enforceable because they were manufacturing these in Spain. Anyway, they started production in 1919. These were produced right up until the Spanish Civil War shut down the enterprise. So 1936 to 1938 is when these went out of production. So these actually saw use and interest in a lot of different places, a wide variety of places. A lot of them came into the United States. Of course, they were cheaper to buy than Winchesters, so there was a market for them there. A lot of them got used in Hollywood, actually, and for the same reason. It was cheaper to buy one of these than to buy an actual name brand Winchester, and if you're making a movie where you're going to be tossing guns on the ground and beating them up, hey, you know, for the movies, it doesn't really matter if it's accurate or if it's high quality or if the extractor is going to break. Just get the cheapest thing you can because it's a prop. Apparently in The Rifleman with Chuck Connor, one of the iconic Hollywood shows featuring Winchester 92s, while a lot of the guns actually used were 92s, they also used a bunch of these, and specifically the guns that were going to get abused, thrown on the ground, that sort of thing. They used Spanish El Tigres. I should mention this is an El Tigre. That's the Spanish trademark name, tiger, carbine. Now, in addition to being popular in the US for these couple of reasons, they were also pretty widely popular in Spain. These were used by the Guardia Civil and also by a lot of Spanish rural militias. They were chambered, these were all chambered for the 4440 Winchester cartridge, which on the barrel here is actually marked 44L, which would be in Spain referred to as the 44 Largo cartridge. And the reason that these were popular is that there were a lot of 4440 pistols being used by Spanish militias and the Guardia Civil at the same time. And having an ammunition that was compatible between both your pistol and your rifle was seen as a nice advantage. Now, mechanically, these are straight up identical copies of the Winchester. They're actually, contrary to what a lot of people are probably expecting, they're actually really good guns. They were made well. Garate Anitua is not a little fly-by-night company. They were actually a reputable, high-quality manufacturer. Probably not quite up to the standard of Winchester at its peak, but these aren't junk guns. So, looking at the markings, here in between the barrel band and the rear sight, we have the manufacturer's mark, Garate Anitua y Cia, located in Eibar, the common gun manufacturing region of Spain, and España, Spain. Moving back, just in front of the receiver, we have the chambering marking, the caliber marking, caliber 44L. That's 44 Largo, aka 4440. And then back on the upper tang, we have the trademark, marca registrada Tigre modelo patentado. So this Spanish law was actually really good with trademarks, and people trademarked all sorts of gun names, and they trademarked Tigre, or tiger, for this one. And of course, this was a patented design in Spain by Garate Anitua. Now, to go with that El Tigre marking, we actually have this little design of a tiger, marca registrada, on the bottom. That's on the side of the receiver. Feature-wise, of course, mechanically this is identical to a 92. These did come with saddle rings. They were only made in one configuration. They didn't make different barrel lengths, as far as I can tell, and I believe they all came with saddle rings. You've got your basic action here. Loading gate on the side. This had a magazine capacity of 12 rounds. The rear sight is substantially different from a Winchester, so that's one visually recognizable feature here. The sight goes out to 1,000 meters, and what you do is flip that up and set this range adjuster to whatever range you're looking for, lift it up and use it. Or if you're not, you have this regular standard use sight. One of the other visual identifiers is that on these guns, on the Winchesters, the front sight was located behind this connecting band. On the El Tigre, it's located in front. This isn't a feature that has any real substantial effect on the gun. It's just a way that you can visually spot one of these without having to look up close at the markings. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you'd be interested in having one of these yourself, as I said, they're a lot better quality than people give them credit for. And frankly, I'd rather have one of these than one of the modern production Winchester knockoffs. I'd be a little more confident in it, and hey, it's a gun that actually has some interesting history and provenance to it. So if you take a look in the description text below, you'll find a link to Rock Island's catalog page on this rifle. You can check it out and the guns that it is lotted with, that it sells with. And if you like what you see, you can place a bid right there on their website. Thanks for watching.